Hey, it's the pre-show.
Hi. Ooh.
What's going on, everybody? Hey, it's Friday night.
It's Friday night.
we
Sorry.
got some chill vibes going in here.
Don't we always, though?
I mean, you know, music we're playing in here is like usually synthwave. It's usually a little more upbeat.
Synthwave or retrowave.
Right.
We should have meant a new wave. New wave. Wait, shit. How about new wave?
Old wave?
How about bro wave?
How about fat wave?
Fat wave. Thick
Fat
wave.
Dick wave.
Dick wave? Is that what you said, or did I say that?
You said it.
No, I said thick wave, not
Oh,
dick
I heard.
wave.
I heard what I wanted to hear then.
Yep.
Dick wave.
That's what you heard. So,
I'll be in my bunk.
hey, Thorn, how are you?
Hey, all right. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm fine, you know?
Yeah.
Just a little stressed.
Aw.
Actually, right now I feel great because I got regular Coke, like actual soda. Like I don't drink actual soda. Hi, and tonight I am. I was like, you know what? It'd be a good treat. Fucking actual soda, like sugary bullshit, you know? And it's fucking amazing. It tastes so good. It's so good, and it's so sugary, and I just keep punching myself. Ow!
Be nicer to yourself.
No.
Okay,
I can
don't.
handle it.
And
I
no,
can handle this.
no, Pat Crane is not on tonight.
Pat Crane is on some sort of quest in California at the moment. It's yet another endeavor in which he avoids me. He goes somewhere else in the country to avoid me. And I'm just like texting him all day.
At least he's getting out because of you.
I mean, I guess, but like,
You're helping him get out and about.
it's just really annoying when he won't answer my snaps back, okay? Like, I had to teach him how to snap, and now, like, he'll look at my snaps, he'll, like, leave me on read, and then I forget what I said, and then he won't answer, and then I have to snap him again, and I'm just like, you know, 90% of my life is snapping Pat Crane. It's like, I need him to snap me back, you know? I don't need to change my ways. I need him to reciprocate the love, you know? It's like a two-way street, you know? And I live on both sides. And he lives in the next neighborhood or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Pat Crane. It's not easy having a best friend who is a WoW celebrity. But you gotta make it work, you know? Like, friendship is important.
I know exactly what you
Friendship
mean.
is real. What?
I basically know that this is the time that we get to hang out every week for sure. Like for certain.
Oh, yeah.
This and the podcast, of course.
I mean, that is true. But you and I are not WoW celebrities. We're more like WoW admirers and admirers of WoW celebrities. You know?
Yeah. I mean, but you're getting up there.
My dick is. What's
My dick fell off.
My dick fell off. Have you guys tried soda? It's really good. I'm afraid I might crash later.
I think we have the wrong topic for the first half of the show while you're gonna be sugar saturated.
Maybe once I start crashing, it'll be like...
It'll get like wicked somber and like
You know what, guys? I'm just so tired.
you're not actually stressed at all. You're just like you're
Crashing
coming
sugar.
down from your sugar. Crashing.
Sugar crash. Yes, that can happen. I do drink energy drinks, but I always drink the sugar-free, no-calories kind. And arguably, they taste better.
Agreed.
For some reason. Probably because there's more chemicals. Chemicals. Everybody's like, oh, Fist, you're vegan. You must be so healthy. I'm like, dude, literally, if the food's vegan, I'll fucking eat it. I don't care what's in it. Fuck. Give me some fucking them french fries, yo. I don't give a shit.
Fries before guys.
Right on my thighs. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they're like, oh, this. No, you can't eat junk food. You can't go out and eat, like, fast food and shit. Like, you can't even eat a burger, blah, blah. And I'm like, homie, I'm, like, making up for that shit, you know? Like really good vegan cheese is not healthy.
It's not?
No, fuck no.
Why?
Like,
What's it made out of?
I mean, it's healthier than regular
Isn't it made
cheese.
of, like, nuts?
Some of it is. But like, you know, it's fattening. It's a fattening.
It's a fattening.
It's a fattening.
Why did you go
body.
Italian on that?
Don't know.
It's gonna be a good show.
Let's not talk about stress. Let's talk about
Italians.
Italian. I don't know
Soda?
anything. Ooh, Italian soda. One time I had fucking coffee flavored soda.
I'll tell you what, let's just go wherever it takes us for the first half while you're all amped, and then we'll switch to stress once you start to come down.
And then I drank it, and like, okay, you know those like, okay, you know when you're eating or drinking something, and it's like the idea of it is amazing, but the execution is lacking. So it's like, I really want this to be good, so I'm not sure if like I'm enjoying this because I'm obligated to, or if it's actually good. And that was the experience I had with coffee flavored soda.
That sounds, even in theory, pretty fucking bad.
Yeah. It was bad.
Like, I can't imagine the flavor. I can't imagine coffee soda flavor as anything but bad.
It was like,
Perhaps I'm being unfair.
I don't know.
Chat, have any of you had a good coffee flavored soda before? That sounds like hell to me.
Okay, when I was a kid, I was hanging out with my cousin Mike and my friend and my brother, and my aunt came over and she had like this case of sodas, like in cans, like a 12-pack or whatever.
Summoning cousin Mike to verify this story.
Cousin Mike. Maybe he's in Discord. One sec.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to throw you off your story.
Cousin Mike.
It's
no,
funnier.
he's not fucking on.
It's funny when he's actually in here, so you can comment on your stories.
Someday I'll have him on the show and he can tell you guys all about how he tormented me when I grew up, and still does probably from afar.
What I heard was that there was two-way tormenting going on.
Listen, I never did anything to him that he didn't deserve. I would never beat up somebody unless they piss me off.
Should we throw to the pre-show for the last 2.5 minutes here?
No, I'm not done with my story.
Okay, go ahead.
Right, so my aunt came over and she had this 12-pack of soda. And we're like, yay, soda, because we're kids, right? But it turned out to be something called spruce beer. And
What?
it's fucking like a spruce flavored soda.
Like spruce tree spruce?
Like tree flavored soda. And so naturally,
Tree soda?
yeah, we each had to drink a can, like shotgun it. Then we decided to like dare each other to drink it, and then we had to like, it's like, oh, if you can jump over that hedge, then you don't have to drink spruce beer. And it just, you know, it became one of those things.
Nice. Those things are awesome as kids.
Ugh.
Why did we ever stop doing those? Why did we grow up and like stop daring each other to do stupid shit for stupid fucking reasons?
Dude, like, I'll dare you to do anything.
Adulthood sucks.
I dare you
Adulthood's dumb.
to do the entire show with a terrible British accent.
No.
Oh, okay. Then you have to drink spruce
Is
beer.
that why? Is that what happened? Like we grew up and realized we could just say no?
I don't know. I think it's like when you're a kid, it's just like the fake rules mean a lot more than they do now, you know? Because now you're like an adult with like IQ 900 or not at all. We used to do this thing though, where like, actually I did it with a raid team member the other night. We like took everything in the kitchen and we put it all into a bowl, and then we stirred it up, and then we like dared people to drink it. It was awesome. It tasted really bad.
It was bad.
It was kind of like chocolate barf.
That's a good description.
Yeah.
All right. Should we full screen it here? Let's full screen.
Yeah. We'll see you guys on the other side. BRB.
And welcome back, everyone.
Hey.
Happy Friday. Happy Friday the 13th.
Woo!
And welcome to the latest episode, which is episode like 39 or something like that.
Is it?
Something like that.
That's like a large number.
It's like a lot of shows. How are you, Fist?
I'm really good, you know, because I've been drinking this soda. I'm almost finished it though. Like there was a lot, now there's very little. It's making me feel emotional and like really fast, but now I'm off feeling
Emotional?
Slow now. But it'll be fine. I'll just drink more.
Wait. For anybody who missed the pre-show, Fist does not drink much soda, so
No. I don't drink my sugars, man.
that's why it's affecting her such.
I could really go for a lot of candy though, like right now, just right now. How's your Friday the 13th going, Thorn? How you doing?
It's been all right. It's been all right. You know, a bit of a stressful day at work, but that fits our theme for the evening.
You
so,
said
hey.
the word that's in the title.
It's like when they say the name of the song in the song, or the name of the movie in the movie. Love that shit.
Yeah, like Faithfully by Journey.
Yeah, that's a good example.
Because you know that song's called Faithfully, and then he says it in the chorus.
Yeah, with that sweet riff after.
Beer, 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 beer. Yeah, and then you're just like, oh fuck, I know exactly how Steve Perry was feeling.
Steve Perry.
Ugh, you know, I remember that. That was good shit.
Steve just needed more soda.
Mm-hmm. And more tight jeans to wear all the time.
Well, they wouldn't stay too tight if he just kept having more soda.
Yeah, that's probably true, I guess.
Then again, he really whipped around that stage a lot. Anyway.
Yeah, so hello, we are Lagging Balls. This is the Lagging Balls stream where we talk about random topics. We really just do it to hang out with you guys because we like you guys so much.
Yep.
And we never have anything else to do on Friday nights. Although, the fucking inaugural season playoffs day 2 is on right now, so... you know, but the Gladiators aren't playing tonight as far as I know, so it's all good. Did you guys see that friggin' Kings Row play yesterday?
It was hot.
Oh my god!
It was
like
hot.
I'm gonna be like anyway. I'm getting ahead of myself. This is the LBS. We do the Lagging Balls podcast every week. It's a podcast about Blizzard games that you know is completely audio. There's no video, and we talk about all that stuff there. This is not the Lagging Balls podcast at all.
Nope.
Not at all.
Not one bit.
Exactly. This is the LBS. It's just about bullshit, and it's not audio. It'll go onto YouTube probably, but it's like a different thing. Sometimes people are like, "Oh, I really like your podcast." I'm like, "Oh, thank you," and they're like, "Yeah, you guys were talking about like fetishes and stuff." I'm like, "No,
Damn it!
no, that's not the podcast. That's bullshit. No, that's just for fun. That's just for fun." Although that was really fun.
Podcast is serious.
Yeah, it is serious. Not really though, because like the next podcast coming out, I'm gonna devote at least 20 minutes to that Kings Row play that the Glads did yesterday. Like, if I ever have kids, I'm gonna tell my grandkids about that shit, like decades from now, you know? Like, I'll be in the nursing home, I'll be like, you guys remember that Kings Row play where fucking Surefour stayed in the spawn room?
You guys remember the fucking Surefour?
Yeah. And then you fucking switched to Widow at the last minute, and while the other team was giving them the old switcheroo, he fucking started shooting everyone. Oh my god. I'm gonna tear up. Like, I can't handle that. I can't handle that. You guys, oh my god. Like, I was screaming. Literally screaming. Like a banshee monkey from deep into the rainforest, you know? Like, I was screaming so loud that, like, children were crying. Like, out in the world somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah. They gave him the little 4. The business even.
The Surefour.
Oh!
But anyway, tonight we're going to talk about stress. Oh,
Indeed.
I can give you a link to the play. I can. Thorn,
Oh yeah, that's right. So the reason we're going to talk about stress, guys, is that everybody gets it. Huh? Universal appeal? Huh? So we talked through like some facets of it and some aspects of it and all the things that surround it and all the domino effects of it and all that sort of thing. And we realized, well, hey, that's a topic that has a lot of aspects, so it might be worth trying out. So, well, as always, when it comes to the topics for this show, sometimes we start down a path, sometimes we stick with it, sometimes we don't. So we'll see. But that's why we got a little bit of the chill music going tonight.
Yeah.
Put on by DJ Techie Taco.
Oh, DJ Techie Taco.
Techie Taco Bell. Thank you for finding that link.
Oh, I had it. I've watched that like 20 times at this point. Oh my god, you guys. It was so good.
It's pretty dope.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
Look at that new follower notification on this sweet setup.
It looks so good.
Just another shout out to Techie Taco for this brand new overlay. This thing is baller as fuck and way better than we deserve.
Marlene, your speech was so good. Oh, really? Because oh my god, can you just get the fucking compliment?
Random Vine references.
Yeah, I just pushed a Vine in there. Okay, so Thorn, get us started. Like, stress. What is it? What does it do?
Stress is the state is stress is the opposite of laughter, basically. It's like, no, it's not true. That's a bad definition. Stress is basically, to me, stress is when I feel frustrated by the current state of things and I can't kind of get away from it. It's not anxiety, so I want to draw a line between those two. Stress is more of an everyday thing. It's more of a natural, regular thing that it's. I don't know that I would say it's healthy to feel, but it's not unhealthy to feel stress. It's unhealthy to feel too much stress or for too long or prolonged periods and things like that. But whereas anxiety is a long-term thing, stress is a lesser than that thing. Let me stop comparing the two. The point is, to me, stress is something that freaks you out, frustrates you, causes you an unsettled state. How would you define it, this? Being out of soda?
Fuck. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think it affects everybody differently. Like, if you look at all the symptoms, like all of the fucking symptoms that stress can cause, it's basically like everything. Like, you could have like anything wrong with you and you could like chalk it up to stress, Yep. And the thing with like me, personally is like, and I don't know about you guys, but like, do you guys feel, I know some people are like super in tune with their bodies, I am not that person.
Not me either.
I don't understand what my body wants. I get things wrong all the time. Like, I don't know. And I think like I'm super in tune with my mind and my emotions, but not with my body. And like, I think a lot of that has to do with just being like, thankfully, super, super healthy my whole life, as physically, as that goes. And
good so Canadian stock.
Exactly. Like I've survived many a nice storm winter in a very cozy igloo. But
did any of those storms stress you out?
I mean, yeah, but it's too cold to do anything about it.
Fair.
But yeah, no, I don't know. Like whenever something's wrong with me, I just think like, oh, it'll go away soon. And then it does, But for me, it's just like when I'm stressed out, I'm pretty much the last person to know about it, I guess, is a good way of saying it. Because like, I think it would outwardly like appear to other people like, oh, like she's fucking stressed, like look at her. But to me, I'd be like, did I sleep enough last night? Never do, so no. Gee, what's bothering me? I don't know. And then you like look up the symptoms online. You're like,
obviously cancer, pregnancy, or death.
I'm dying of pregnancy. Crap. Shit. Not again. Fuck. I hate when I die. But yeah. So like, what does it do to you, Thorn? Like physically? Like we all know what it does mentally, but it's like it does shit to you, like physically.
It has a variety of effects on me. Curiously, I'll tell you one of the things it does not do to me that is, I think, unusual for me. I do not lose sleep over stress. So that's a strange thing that does not happen to me. I only mention it because I think it's unusual. Maybe I'm not alone in that. Chat, tell me if that's how it works for you. But I know a lot of people who do lose sleep over stress and who can't fall asleep because they're too busy thinking about stuff that's stressing them out or whatever. I know there's a lot of that. I don't have that. What stress does to me instead is I feel like for a decent chunk of the time, I'm actually able to handle it okay. I guess healthfully. I don't know if that's the right term or not, but the times when stress really tends to overwhelm me is with certain specific causes. And one of those is just like a super overload of information or to-do lists. Like when I have a bad memory, so I write everything down. So for example, at work, I keep constant lists. And when, so here's an easy example. If I make a list of things I need to do that day and I can't get through that list because so many more things are being added to it before I can get to the things before, or if there are particularly important things on that list that I'm not getting to because little things keep getting added and I keep inadvertently focusing on those smaller things, even though I'm checking those things off, if I don't get to the bigger things that I know are a priority and I finish the day without having done that, it stresses me out.
That makes sense.
I feel like less productive and less fulfilled by the day.
Yeah. I don't know. Similarly for me, like if I feel like I have too much to do, I just kind of shut down. I don't know if that's like stress or not. I know that's like a symptom of depression, and that's the thing. It's like stress and anxiety and depression and other mental issues. Sometimes like their symptoms are like super similar, and certainly like all three or even just like one on top of the other makes both just like so much worse. And but for me, like I do have anxiety. I've had it since I was a little kid, a little tiny little baby kid. And
we're
like,
a little pissed.
She's fine. But she's fine now. She is dead. She has turned into adultness.
She's dead now.
She's dead now. It's okay. She's dead now. What was I saying? Yeah. But for me, it wasn't until just a few years ago actually that I realized like I don't have massive anxiety anymore. I think like a lot of my hormones have balanced out, I'm happy right now. And I've kind of like learned about the things that like will make me anxious. And one of the biggest things is stress. And I didn't realize that until I was, just a new adult, like 20. And I was super stressed out. And like I said, like it's hard for me to like understand what the hell is going on with my body. And so I'm just like, oh, I'm so stressed. Wow, I'm stressed. Interesting. It's interesting. And then I would start getting like the panic attacks and stuff. And then I'd be like, why is this happening all of a sudden? Like it's been a really long time since I've had any like real anxiety. Like what has changed? And nothing will have changed except stress and whatever is causing me stress. So once I kind of put that together, it's not like I can avoid stress more easily. It's more that I start to notice when I'm becoming, no, it's not even that. It's just like, I try to avoid being stressed, but that's really hard, because like so many things can do that. And I don't know, for the most part right now, I think I've been able to handle it pretty well. But I don't know. Nobody's immune, I don't think.
No, certainly not. I'd say it's a normal part of life,
Yeah.
in quote unquote normal amounts.
Yeah.
Hey, I can do quotes because it's not the podcast. I don't have to do the audible quotes.
So, in my family, okay, so my Nana is my mother's mother. And she's the best. I love her to bits. But she, like, when she gets stressed out, she gets a nervous stomach. And that leads to, massive diarrhea.
Poor Nana.
Yeah. But we have all inherited that from her. So if we're stressed out or like anxious or nervous, we will get the curse of Nana.
No, the curse of Nana.
And I can feel it just coming on like hours beforehand.
Oh,
no. I know it. It's just like it starts like a gas bubble. It's like, and you're like, oh, fuck. And like in some ways that's easier to deal with than like panic attack. Actually, in a lot of ways, it's a lot easier to deal with like panic attacks and like losing sleep or not losing sleep or whatever. But like, guys, it sucks. And it sucks because like usually, if like you're nervous or stressed, you're probably outside of your comfort zone, which means you're probably outside of your house, which means you probably have to go and use the Walmart bathroom. To take care of the
no.
Yeah, it's that, and it's just like the mirrors will fog up and like people have to leave. And they bring like the tape, and they put the tape in front of the door, and it's like out of order. And then you come out and you're just like, I'm sorry, okay? I'm having a stressful day. Fuck.
Guys, it's the curse of Nana, okay?
It's the curse of Nana. There's nothing I can do about it.
And they're all like, oh, okay. Whew.
Yeah, no, it's the curse. It's
Everything's
fine.
fine.
It's fine.
Well, I just want to call attention to the chat real quick because Seisel put in a really good definition. It said stress in its most basic form is the pressure placed on your body and mind from living. That sounds like a good
Whoa.
definition to me, because stress is not necessarily something crazy or special. It's kind of the everyday.
Yeah.
From
Really?
living, man.
Yeah, just living. And it's interesting because like you can have it because of like outside circumstances, but you can also create it, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
And like as a content creator, I don't know. Is that even what I am? I don't know.
Yes.
But somebody like working for themselves mostly, like that shit. Like I'm not saying like content creators have it worse than other people. I'm just saying that like people who like create their own content or like, you know, work for themselves for a living have this like unique sort of like, you kind of have to push yourself or else, you know, like nobody's gonna do it for you, obviously. And that creates a lot of stress, but it's like completely like self-contained, like inflicted stress, you know, because like I can get up in the morning and I've always got this massive list of things to do, and I just look at it and I get stressed out, you know, because like I know that if I just sit here and do it, then it'll be done and I don't have to fucking think about it. But it's not that easy, you know, because mostly I don't want to do all that. So so I just get stressed out and then I don't feel good, and then I procrastinate because I'm just like, I don't feel good now. I'm gonna go do something that's not all this, and then it doesn't get done, and then it just keeps going, you know? That is stress.
Yeah. That's a really good practical application. And there's so many of these things that exacerbate it or complicate it, and procrastination is definitely on there for me. The scenario I was describing before, where I'll make a list and then I don't get to the things that I know are the real priorities on the list. You know, that's maddening and unfulfilling, and the unfulfilling nature of that, because I procrastinated those more important things, definitely stresses me out more.
Totally. My mom, she gets like hives and shit when she's stressed out. Like it just explodes into hives all over. Which
Jesus.
I think it fucking sucks, you know?
That's extreme. Like, I hope that has to be like pretty bad stress.
Oh yeah, but still.
That would suck if it was just like the everyday, and you're just like, oh, there's the hives again. I'm definitely upset again.
Yeah. And like, oh, there's like this weird, unique sort of like Blizzard content creator stress in which like, and that's a really good problem to have, but like Blizz will just like drop so many things for all of their games at like odd times, and usually they all like come together and stuff, and it's like I'm on 3 shows a week at least, and on those 3 shows I have to know everything about WoW and Overwatch. Not so much Hearthstone and HOTS, but I have to be aware of what's new at least.
Yeah.
And then I have to know all about WoW esports and Overwatch esports. And like that's all fun as fuck, you know, like I'm not complaining, like this is a great problem to have, but it's just like Blizzard just keeps like, hey, I got this is new, and I'm like, I don't have enough room.
Did you see this?
No. Yeah, I don't know. That's a cause of stress, but I don't know. Maybe that's good stress, because there can be good stress too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I was thinking about that. There's stress that I get. I keep going back to work as the example, but there's stress I get at work that motivates me instead. So that's definitely good stress, you know?
That's true. Yeah, because like if it wasn't gonna stress you out, then I don't know. You probably just keep putting it off.
Like maybe then you're not feeling like the levity of the issue. It's not affecting you in a way that I guess helps you process that you need to act upon it, or that it's not the proper cause in order to elicit a reaction out of you.
Yeah, but at the same time, like stress can also shut you down. Like, that's the stupid thing, isn't it? It's like one day you'll be stressed out about something, and so stressed, you're like, holy shit, I need to do this right now because I'm so stressed, and then you fucking do it. And then the next day you're just like, oh shit, I have to do this thing. All of a sudden I have absolutely no energy. You know why? Because I'm fucking stressed out. It's like, why can't stuff just be easy? You know, that's it in itself, isn't it? It's just like, once you like cross the threshold into adulthood, it's like, it fucking sucks. And it's like, how in the fuck do I do anything? You know, because like when you're a kid, like shit'll happen and you'll feel things. You'll be like, oh shit, I feel sad. Now it's gone. You know?
Yeah.
And, like I'm overgeneralizing, of course, but then like you're an adult and you're just like, I'm sad because of this, and this reason, and it's making my stomach hurt, and I don't feel good, and I don't want to do anything, but I have to because nobody's gonna do it for me. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, adulting itself, in terms of like things that cause me stress, I'm embarrassed a little bit to admit that adulting itself just stresses me the fuck out all the time.
Hell yeah.
If I have to do something like find new insurance or book a doctor visit or I get something like done for my car, it's just they're normal things that like every adult has to do, and they stress me the fuck out, and I avoid them so hard and like to my own detriment all the time. And I don't know if that's stress or if that maybe deeper seated issues, maybe, but the fact that I do that, even though I know that I do that, definitely stresses me the hell out.
And it sucks because like that's all shit that sucks, but then like
taxes.
It's also stressful to do things that are awesome too, like a BlizzCon, case in point. It's like, yeah, I'm going to BlizzCon. Now I have to save money for a ticket. Now I have to save money to get a plane ticket. Now I have to save money and book some sort of room or Airbnb or something. And now I have to figure out how I'm going to get there. And now I'm going to figure out how to save money so I can afford things there. And then I have to actually go there. And then I have to like hang out with people IRL. And I have to look not fucking stupid and weird like I usually do. You know, and it's like, can't it just be fun? Like, can't I just have fun? It's like, no, nothing is fun anymore. Nothing is fun. Like, you can have fun after you stress about all the shit that you have to do the fun thing.
Yeah.
Because that's life now.
And then for you, even the flight is stressful.
Yes, I'm a nervous flyer. And like, you know what? Just, I think like one of the most stressful things about BlizzCon is just like, I wear like regular clothes all year, you know?
Yeah.
And then like there's like 3 or 4 days in the year where I want to go to Anaheim and just look my best, you know?
Yeah.
I just want everything to look perfect. And it's like, it's only 4 days out of the entire year. The rest of the year, I don't give a shit how I look. I really don't. I'm like a trash can. I'm like a dumpster. I look like a dumpster.
You look like a dumpster.
Like a dumpster. But, you know, and just like, it gets down to the wire, and like, it just like all the planning and shit, you just, you know, it never adds up to the same in your head. And it's like, it sucks because like when you're like nervous in social situations and stuff, and I'm not that nervous in social situations, but you know, definitely doesn't hurt to have like confidence and shit when you're like meeting new people and talking to people and stuff. And one of the best ways to have confidence in yourself when you're meeting people and doing stuff IRL is if you think that you look good, you know,
definitely.
or at least okay, you know, better than usual, even if you just look a little bit better. And that's just like getting a haircut, you know, getting a new shirt that you look good in, or, you know, wearing something that people compliment you on.
Yep.
Yeah, just anything like that, or like getting your teeth cleaned. I don't know, getting your eyebrows done.
No, I get you.
I
need a haircut, and I had an extra boss in town this week, and it was messing with me that I felt like I wasn't quite kempt.
Yeah,
I was unkempt.
But even just a little thing like that. But it's just like I stress about it all year long, and then fuck.
And then the opposite's true, right? Like you get that little extra boost of confidence when you do look good.
Yeah.
Versus feeling stressed when you don't.
It's true. Everything's just so hard. Everything.
Adulting sucks. That's like we could go off on just the adulting part on like a whole other
Yeah, and
Whole other show.
you only find out about it when it's too late.
Yeah.
It's like at first you're just like, oh, cool, I got a job, now I have money, I can do whatever I want. And then it's like, no, you can't, and you don't have any money.
Yep. No,
Fuck
instead
you.
you get to work all of the time.
Have fun with your life.
Yeah.
And that's where video games come in. So
Yes.
what the hell do we do about stress?
Well, what do you do?
For me, I don't know. I think
Because I just masturbate. I mean,
obviously, it's like, you know what? I feel really stressed. I'm gonna go fap. And it's like, it's those kind of like sessions where it's like you don't need. It's not one of those like, you know what? I feel like I love myself.
Yep.
And
I'm gonna do a little something special for
you
myself.
know, I'm just gonna light some candles. I'm gonna break out the nice tissues, like the kind with lotion in them, like the aloe vera.
No, not the aloe vera.
I'm gonna pull out my mobile device. This is not a mobile device. And you know, I'm gonna look up, like, I'm gonna spend some time not only like looking for like good porn, but like the porn that I watched like 3 years ago with that one dude in
that
it. who did
one,
that-
yeah.
Yeah, that one. That it just like, you know, like you keep thinking about it sometimes. And you're just like, but like it had some girl, and I think her name was Tiffany, but I don't know. And if it's Tiffany with an I, it'll probably be easier to find than Tiffany with a Y. And then so, you know, you're listening to the nice music, you got the candles going, you got the lotion, the whatever. And, you know, like you're all propped up and stuff. And like, you're not only just like scrolling through Pornhub really quick, but you're on that subreddit where people ask if they know that porn that you're thinking about. You're just like, okay, I think Tiffany was in it. Maybe with an I, it had that dude in it who did this move in particular.
And then they help you out because you can't remember.
Exactly.
There used to be, I don't know if there still is, there used to be a subreddit called Tip of My Dick, where people would ask questions like that. Hey, do you know that one redhead? And they'd be like, oh yeah, it's
Yeah, I've been there.
Aubrey Moon or something. I couldn't actually think of it.
Is it Tiffany with an I? Because I'm just looking for her. But yeah, and then you find that porn, and then you know, and then you have a really good time, you know, and it's you know, you've got time, you know, like you scheduled this, like nobody's gonna. You've got the phone sounds off,
The shades are drawn.
Exactly.
The
It's
phone
just
sounds
you and your best friend, yourself. But when you're stressed and you need like a stress reliever, it's just like, you know what? I'll be right back. I'm just gonna like sort of like lay down. I don't care. Like you've got your hair clip in or whatever, and it's like poking you in the neck, and you're like, I don't care. It's fine. It'll be over in a second. And it's just like it's less of just like an experience with yourself and more just like a means to an end. It's just like I don't even need porn. Like your phone's going off with notifications, and you're just like, that's fine. I can ignore that. That's not gonna throw me off today. You know why? Because this is purely mechanical.
This is me time.
This isn't me time. This is like a going to the doctor for a shot, you know? Except
except you're given the shot.
Yeah, except the doctor would be, you know, shooting you off.
Except the doctor is actually a nurse in a skimpy outfit, and
they call me Dr.
You're
Love.
the one who's there to do the injecting.
It is you, the one who is doing the injecting. What?
I was about to go further with that, and I just realized how bad it was getting.
Right.
Okay,
we
so
were talking
besides
about,
a
like,
wink.
Right, stress relievers. Right. So.
Because I wasn't kidding, by the way. That is a very nice
no,
stress
right.
reliever sometimes, but sometimes you're at work, and there's not a particularly good place for that to happen.
Apparently,
or whatever.
fapping can like solve a lot of physical issues, you know, like headaches, menstrual cramps, stress, poison ivy rash.
Yes. I'm agreeing with you, but this beat is also.
But besides like furiously masturbating, when I'm stressed out, I like to talk to people about it, you know? And like I'm lucky because like I have like a few close friends who are just like, hey, how are you? You know? And that I don't always take that as like, I'm gonna dump all my problems on you, you know? But sometimes I do, and like it's really, 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 really helpful to have those kinds of friends. And like I'm not looking for these friends to like solve my problem. You know, like I'm not telling you everything that's bothering me because I need you to like fix it for me. And they know that, you know, it's more just like, can I tell you all the things that are stressing me out? And
Yeah.
and then the friend goes, oh dude, I'm sorry to hear that. And you're like, thank you. I
Yeah.
feel better now. How are you? You know, it's like, it's that kind of thing. Or it's like,
Yeah.
I have a really good relationship with my mom, and so like if one random thing is stressing me out, I can just text her and be like, "Mom, the thing," and she's like, "I'm sorry, honey." I'm like, "Okay, I'm okay. It's fine."
It's funny how that works, huh?
Yeah,
Sometimes you just have to get it out.
yeah. It's just because I don't know, because like sometimes you're just dealing with bullshit, and in your mind, like you're not like you've already explored all of the like feelings and conclusions that you're gonna get. You know, it's like this thing's bothering me and this is why and this is how I feel about it, and then like a day later you're like, I still feel that way, I don't know my way around this, like it's this isn't solving itself, you know. So then you throw it at one of your friends and your friend's like, yeah, that fucking sucks, and you're like, that's what I thought. Thank you.
Thank you, friend. This is why you are friend.
Yeah, I love that shit.
And then sometimes, like, depending on what is fulfilling to you, I guess, sometimes you have just like that perfect friend or those few perfect friends who know exactly how to help you work through it. Because sometimes, like you're saying, it's enough to just be heard and be acknowledged. But sometimes it's more than that. And sometimes you need a little give and take, right? You need that friend who will ask you extra questions about it or dive a little deeper or sometimes even challenge you on it a little bit, you know, because sometimes that helps you realize that you're overreacting, maybe. You know, there's all kinds of really great ways to be a friend. And the most basic and most important one is to just listen. Because
that's all.
It's funny, the first two remedies we've talked about reducing stress both have to do with getting it out.
That's a good point. Can I just CERN the Hunter in the chat said that he went to a party once, and as he walked in, they were playing a porn to get people's reactions as they walked in, and all they did was say, "Oh, this is Pirates. I heard it's pretty good and it costs the most of any porn." And that actually happened to me too.
That's awesome. That's a great reaction.
Okay, just let me set the scene. So okay, I went to the house of my ex-boyfriend who I hadn't seen in like 4 or 5 years. And I went there because the friend I was hanging out with, I met through the boyfriend when I was dating him like 4 years prior.
Okay.
So I went to his house and it was, you know, it was fine. Like, you know, whatever. There was no animosity or anything like that, at least on my end. So it was him, my friend, and the roommate, and then another friend. And they were all dudes. And like, I walked in and they're just fucking watching Pirates. And like, that you guys know me. Like,
did you say this was a party?
No, it was just like a hangout.
Just a hangout. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But it was just like all in the basement and they're watching Pirates. And it wasn't like Pirates is more of a spectacle, I'd say, like more of a theatrical, you know, sort of it's a spectacle, you know, like I'm absolutely sure that people could get off to it by themselves, you know, probably more than, you know, with a bunch of dudes in a basement.
Yeah.
But unless that's your thing. But it just like it struck me
dudes
because,
in basement
like,
porn really gets me off.
Oh yeah. But like that porn in particular, like it's just like it's so like it's still porn, like it's still campy, bad acting porn, but it looks really good. So like when you're looking at it, you're just like, what is wrong with this movie? You know, like it's a weird movie. And like there's one scene in particular, and like this theme goes throughout the whole movie, but there's one scene in particular where these two girls are going at it and they just keep spitting on each other. Just spit all over the place. Just spit. You know, like it spits great, you know, like it comes in handy sometimes, but like these guys were just bleh, 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 you know, it was like the scene from fucking Ace Ventura 2 where they come out of the hut and they're all covered in saliva. Like that movie is just people spitting on each other. And like if that's your thing, that's fine. Like, you know, I don't judge. I don't care. But it is not my thing, and I learned it that day.
I judge.
I learned it that day. That is not hot at all. It was just bad. It was really bad. But anyway, aside from, you know, watching.
Yeah. So what happened? The room full of guys.
Oh, you know,
you showed up to the hangout. They're all watching Pirates.
We watched the whole goddamn thing.
And they and 5 or so guys or whatever were fine with just watching that together.
like I said, it was more like a spectacle.
With everybody was talking over it and like actually hanging out though, right? It wasn't, you guys weren't all just like sitting there in silence watching this thing, right?
I mean, sometimes there was nothing to say, like you're just like
except wow.
Yeah, this is really happening. That is interesting. But yeah, well, I mean, maybe watching weird porn is a stress reliever. I mean, what is going to get your mind off of something more than weird porn? Nothing.
It's true.
I
Even if it's not
promise you.
enjoyable porn, it would definitely get your mind off of things.
Yeah, just look at weird shit online. You're just like, I'm not even stressed anymore. Now I'm just concerned. Ooh. But anyway.
Well, I just real quick before we switch off of that, I can't relate to the watching porn with other guys thing. Like that doesn't make sense to me, because I guess I don't really watch it like to hang out and like look for the entertainment value in it. I guess the exception might be something specifically bad or funny or whatever, like the SpongeBob porn or like the pterodactyl porn. That's
pterodactyl porn.
That's different because that's like you said, a spectacle, but it's still something that I would not want to watch in its entirety with a bunch of people. I might see it for a few moments and be like, wow, that's hilarious and funny and weird. And wow. Okay, let's do something else now.
I don't know. I don't think it has to be weird if you don't let it.
Oh, it doesn't have to be weird. I'm saying it is for me. That not weird. It's not enjoyable for me to hang out with a bunch of other dudes and watch porn.
That's fine.
Because I walked into a dorm room my freshman year in college, and it was exactly that scene. There were like 6 dudes in there just chilling. Dark room, porn on one of the guys' TVs or computers, I don't remember.
Nice.
And I was like, what's going on? They're like, just watching this porn. And I was like, that's
porn,
awesome.
Man.
And I stayed for a minute so it wouldn't be weird, and then I just walked the fuck out because I was like, all right, guys, have fun in there together by yourselves.
I don't know. I think I just, my friends and I had just like weird sense of humor, so we did that a lot, growing up. Apparently there's something weird going on with Twitch, so if we're lagging or whatever, go figure. But yeah, I don't know what that's about. But sorry, everybody.
No, Scorb, don't worry about it. I'll be there.
But anyway, so another thing that I like to do when I'm stressed out, and this is a gamble because it can certainly make you more stressed. But it's PvPing in WoW or Overwatch for me.
Definitely.
And the thing is, like, when you win a match in Overwatch, and for me especially when I win in World of Warcraft, because for me, like, WoW PvP is much harder than Overwatch. You fucking feel amazing, and like you have hopefully just put like so much of your heart and soul and energy and attention into winning this match, and like that also helps me with anxiety. Like if I'm feeling super anxious to the point where I'm just like, then I'll play Overwatch because it forces you. Like if you want to play, it forces you to pay attention to that,
right.
And be present. That being said, it's a gamble because, like, losing 1 or 2 matches, especially in Overwatch, it's like, okay, whatever. I see what went wrong. Let's just keep trying. But, like, if you have one of those nights where you just don't win anything.
Yep. Or you perform especially badly.
Yeah. Because everybody has those nights where it's just like, wow, I suck tonight. What is up with that?
Sometimes due to the stress that you're in.
Exactly.
Or whatever.
But yeah, it just... it will make you feel worse. A lot worse. So much worse.
So that's a really good example because I've definitely had both of those types of nights, right? Like I've had those nights where I'll get into something like Overwatch and I'll just have massively satisfying sessions where I feel like whether I won or lost, I was being very effective. I was being very productive for my team. I was performing well. I felt like I was performing up to my abilities and contributing to my team or whatever. Or maybe I just won a shit ton or something like that. But then there's definitely the opposite, like what you're describing, where I just can't catch a break. I'm missing all the shots. I'm making all the wrong choices. I'm getting countered hard or whatever. And then it's just, and then I lose everything all night. And then it's just really unfulfilling. And then it's like, damn it, I turned to that to de-stress and kind of, I guess, escape a little bit, whether that's healthy or not, I'm not sure.
And then you're not only stressed but tilted as fuck.
Yeah.
Like there's definitely a difference between like stressed out and tilted. Tilted is like you want to scream, you want to like drop group without saying anything and uninstall and punch a hole in the wall and, you know, go to fucking Wendy's and order a fucking baked potato and smash it on the ground. And then you're like, fuck, my fucking potato from Wendy's. Shit. And you're just like smearing it around with your shoe on the pavement. And then the Wendy's guy comes out and he's like, dude, why'd you do that? And you're like, because I fucking killed it. You know? And they're open really late, so, you know. But yeah, so like what I've found as a WoW player is
I'm sorry, I'm just picturing you smashing this baked potato now.
Don't think about it too much. That definitely never happened. But as a WoW player, like you can go in and like I could list all of the ways that like WoW is wonderful and helpful to human beings IRL, but I won't because I've done that many times before. But like one of the things about WoW is like you can go in and like it's not like Overwatch. Like you don't have to join somebody's team. You don't have to interact with anybody. You don't have to do anything, you know? You don't have to do anything. What I love to do when I'm stressed out or anxious or whatever is put on like some really good music, any music. And usually it'll just be like cool mood music or sweet classic rock or the Lord of the Rings soundtrack or, you know, just something cool, something immersive. And then you just go in and you get on your main and you get on a riding mount and you just go to like a continent or a place in WoW where not too many people are around. And you just fucking ride around, you know?
Yeah.
Walk around. I love to like put on a different transmog and, you know, just I don't
slip
know,
into
just,
something more comfortable.
Exactly. And just like go and ride around and just enjoy and just listen to music and just sort of decompress, you know? And like WoW is really good for that because, you know, now you can go offline and stuff. And if people whisper you, just be like, sorry, man, I'm just, you know, just chilling. I'm just doing that thing. And people are like, no.
Yeah, or you can appear offline these days, right?
Yeah. I mean, you can peer offline, then people on Battle.net won't see you, but like people in your guild will see you.
Obviously. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. So I just found like I mean, just try to like put yourself in the game. Like stop being you, start being your main, and just like go into the game and get all fucking immersed.
Yeah.
You know, just fucking.
Yeah, and everybody has that, right? Everybody has something that they maybe escape to is the wrong term because that maybe it's the right term, but I tend to think of that almost as a negative, like you're doing it too much. But everybody has something that they do to de-stress and something that they do as a hobby or an enjoyable activity of some sort to just be, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like stress is effort, whereas, you know, hobbies and de-stressing are the good things.
Yeah. So what are some of the bad things that you do to deal with stress? Because like, you know, you can say all day, it's like, oh, I am stressed now, so I'm going to start eating right, and I'm going to work out, and I'm going to have a masturbation session, and I'm going to immerse myself in WoW. It's like, you're not thinking that way when you're stressed, you know?
Right.
Like when you're stressed, you're just like, fuck, goddamn, fuck, you know? And then you reach for all the candy. You go to Wendy's. Yeah. But that's what I'll do sometimes. It's just like you just eat because it makes you like it's an immediate sort of like thing that makes you feel good. You're just like, this tastes good, I feel good, you know, I'm just gonna keep doing that. And you're like, yeah, put it in.
I mean, just to stay with the same example, sometimes I'll go too far into gaming, and what I mean by that is just, you know, I'll have like it's the weekend now, right? And I have certain responsibilities that I need to get taken care of that are part of the whole adulting thing that I was telling you before that stresses me. But I need to do those things whether I like it or not. They have to get done. But sometimes I'll just not do them. I'll just game all weekend long, and then I'll not get any of those things done, and then I'll stress myself out more the following week because now I'm like in reaction mode and having to do those things on top of the work week or whatever because I didn't do, you know.
Yeah.
And then, but like at the same time, I struggle with that pretty often because I feel like sometimes I just feel like, man, I need that mental break. Like the week is the time when all the stuff has to get done. And so if I had plans for the weekend to get other things done, that's like work, you know, something that's like that I like have to do, the stressor, the adulting thing or whatever. And so sometimes I just feel like, fuck it. I just want to have my weekend to myself and not do anything but go shit house. Isn't that what you call it?
Yes, shithouse.
Go shit house and wear the same t-shirt all weekend and do
That's
nothing.
But so you're saying like it's not playing video games that's bad because you're escaping, like you're using escapism or whatever, but like just allowing anything to sort of like take you away to the point where you're not doing anything.
Yeah, going too far with it.
Yeah, because like I hate when people say that video games are bad because of that reason.
Right.
It's like, fucker, anything's fucking bad if you do.
Yeah.
It's like, you want to go to a fucking pumpkin patch all day and pick fucking pumpkins because you like to do that? Like, that's a fucking thing. Like, I don't see
What
you
a
fucking
realistic example.
fucking paying your taxes while you're fucking picking those fucking pumpkins, Karen. Bitch. You know, it's like, fucking leave me alone. It's like, I enjoy playing fucking video games. What are you gonna do when you get home from the fucking pumpkin patch? You're not gonna be fucking doing your taxes. You're not gonna be doing Karen. You're gonna be watching the fucking Bachelor, aren't you? Piece of shit.
You fucking pumpkin picking motherfucker.
Exactly. It's like, it's no worse than TV. It's no worse than pumpkins. You know, it's just fucking like, it's just like, it's a thing that people like to do. Like, some people really, really like to read books. Some people like to really, really do fucking crosswords and shit in the paper. It's like they're doing that instead of doing the stuff that they want. It's not video games' fault. It's not video games' fault that they're so fucking fun that people are dumb enough to be
True.
like, I'm not gonna do anything except play video games. And I don't mean dumb, but you know.
Especially when some of those video games are specifically designed to keep you in as long as possible.
Yes, for like almost 15 years. Yeah. That's fine with me. What was I talking about? Right, Karen. Fuck you, Karen.
Fucking Karen.
Yeah, don't tell me video games are bad. You know what? Video games are the best.
They're the best.
So, suck on that.
I mean, other things that I do that are unhealthy are, in addition to like the procrastination type thing I was talking about before, was also to just like ignore it.
Yeah, and procrastinate. Just apparently like another like symptom of stress is like low energy, and that is just fucking great, you know, like yeah, on top of all this bullshit,
which apparently you just need some soda to fix.
Apparently. For me. Fucking soda. You know what, I think after the stream I'm gonna go get some more.
I think you're gonna crash.
No.
Do you have a soda fountain just ready to go that you can tap for more of that shit?
Like, I don't drink soda because like this is what happens. I get fucked up. I get so fucked up, you guys. Like, exactly. Turn on the Great Cornholio. Are you threatening me?
I need TB for my bunghole.
TB for my bunghole.
Bunghole.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think when I get way too anything, stressed or anxious or whatever, what have you, I will just go to sleep, you know? Like, that is like my default, like, I'm sad, I am overwhelmed, I'm depressed, I'm stressed, whatever, I am going to go to sleep unless I'm super anxious. That has the opposite effect. But anything besides that, it's just like...
And then together they must be the worst, right?
Yeah, it sucks.
You need the almost escapism type sleep just to rest everything, but the anxiety is keeping you from doing that.
Yeah, anxiety has always just been a sleep killer for me. Like, I'm a night owl by nature, but like anxiety will just keep you, for me, it keeps me up. And like when I was a kid dealing with it, I would have to lay in my bed on the phone with one of my friends and just like on the old school phone, like old school, like portable phone with my friend. And they wouldn't even be saying anything, you know, but just like the fact that they were there, then like it would, you know, I would eventually get to sleep. And like the worst thing for me is if I'm stressed out and have anxiety, but I'm also really tired, because you guys know, when you like go to sleep, but you're not really asleep, you know, so you just like, you're like on the edge of being awake like the whole time.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you've got all those like fucking like anxious, stressed out emotions inside of you. And it's, like it's just making your stomach and like your whole body just feel shitty, and like you can't go into your deep sleep, so you're just like, and then God, I fucking hate that. I hate it so much. It's just the worst. And you just keep waking up and waking up and waking up, but you're so tired that you keep going back to sleep, kind of. Fuck that, dude.
Ugh.
It's the worst. And the only thing that fixes it is like fapping or getting up and playing WoW at the same time, you know, just like you got your hand on WASD, you got your other hand on the JUNK, and you're just like, I can do this. I can play WoW one-handed. I can chill out with my fine.
What about have you noticed like differences in how you react to stress, or what stresses you from when you were young to now, like being an adult?
That's a really good question, because like I don't necessarily remember. Like, I know that I must have been stressed when I was a kid, but I don't remember it, you know? Like, I know the things must have stressed me out. For me, like, my childhood is, like, a lot of it is centered around, like, the whole anxiety thing. So that must have...
But that anxiety stressed
stressed
you for sure.
Yeah, that must have, like, coincided. But, like, for, like, now, as an adult, just, like, I know when I'm stressed now. Eventually. Like, I never know it when it starts, but, like, eventually I know it. And... it sucks that it takes a while to realize that for me, but like, I don't know. And it's still just fucking, I don't know, like you get stressed and like you don't necessarily want to fucking do anything about it. You're just like, I'm busy doing my things that I'm doing, and I don't necessarily feel like being attentive to this feeling that I'm getting, because I'm just trying to fucking live my life.
Yeah,
you know?
Can I live?
Yeah, can I live? Like, you just, like, look inward. Like, you look all cross-eyed, and you're, like, looking at yourself on the inside, and you're like, can I live? And your body's like, I fucking sure hope so, because that's what I'm fucking doing. Can you please just, like, start eating right and working out? And I'm like, no.
That's a whole lot of other stressors that you just suggested. Thanks a lot.
I would rather not, thank you. Why don't you go eat a cucumber, bitch? And I'm like, why did I just call myself that? You know, and it's just, like, this weird internal... external thing, you know.
External.
You know. I don't know, man. I think it's one of those things that happens to everyone, and it affects everybody differently. And not only does it affect everyone differently, but it affects people for different reasons, and it gives them different symptoms, but not every time is the same. So every single different time it's different, you know? So it's just like one of those fucking impossible for human things that's bullshit, you know? But we all deal with it, I guess. And I don't know, man. If you're stressed out, I recommend video games. I recommend, you know, a healthy masturbation session if you want. Or, you know,
if there's one thing we've learned from tonight's stream.
Yeah, just fap and fap your troubles away,
fap
man.
And fap often. I honestly think the world would be a better place if everybody would just come to terms with their fapping.
It's like when I meet like a really like salty person, you know, like somebody who's just the worst. It's like, you haven't been down there in a while, have you? You haven't, and nobody else has either. I see, you know. It's just like you see people and you're just like, oh my god. Get laid, man. Like, fuck. Relax.
Well, you know, on the point about like stress over time and throughout the life cycle, I definitely had things that I can remember being obviously less, maybe not obviously. I can remember being less stressed as a child, but I remember the things that did stress me as a child because they were big things. Like I had, you know, rough things in my childhood that I very clearly remember as things that would stress me out. Here's a minor one. This is not one of the rough things, because that's a whole other stream. But here's a minor thing that would stress me out in a very specific situation. My mother was a very, 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 very light sleeper. So I'm talking wood floors creaking when you're trying to walk to the bathroom in the middle of the night. That would wake her up. And that stressed me out all the time because I didn't want to wake her and get in trouble, you know?
You know what's the worst? Fucking Santa Claus.
Huh?
Like, fucking, like, if you're not fucking good, you don't get shit. And you're just like, oh fuck, you know? Like, I was a really good kid, but I was just like, oh shit, you know? I don't get my
You were
fucking...
worried that you wouldn't get anything?
Aww. I don't want to be bad. I want to be good.
Aw. That's so cute, though. And so sad.
Good. I was always good. It's okay.
Good.
I did it.
Good job.
Thanks.
Good job, little faced.
And she is dead now. Good night. Oh well.
Jesus.
She is what you see before you know. But yeah. So anyway, I don't know. This was like a super general topic, but like we knew everybody could speak to it a little bit. And
Yeah.
I don't know. It's good to bring up this shit sometimes, you know?
It's good to get it out.
It's good to get it out.
And thanks, Dazzledorn, for ages ago in chat for your comments about how it's helpful to hear these kinds of topics.
Yeah.
We generally prefer to stick to like fun shit, like the podcast and that sort of thing. That's generally more of who we are, but we'll mix these in from time to time because this is fucking life, man.
It's important. It's important to talk about. Even if you can just seeing other people in chat acknowledging it can help, you know, because the next time you get stressed out, maybe you'll think back and be like, you know, everybody deals with this shit. And like, even though it sucks that I'm dealing with it now, you know, at least I'm not the only person who feels this way sometimes. So I don't know. That's good shit, I guess. And just play video games and FAP and you'll be fine. So that's the show, you guys. Thank you for being here. I don't know. This was good. And
do any of you have any tips for anybody else of ways to reduce stress that we didn't talk about? I don't know that we are the prime examples in any way of the healthiest ways to do these things or whatever, but
we are not.
If you got tips for your fellow man, drop them in the comments there. Otherwise, one of the things I appreciate about all you motherfuckers is how honest you guys all are with us during these kinds of shows. When we do a topic like this that has, you know, some personal shit in it and has some, you know, more serious notes to it, you guys in the chat are always, and I'm not saying that you need to be, but you guys are always super forthcoming. You share a ton and you counsel each other, and like the only thing that I regret about this show is that I am incapable of dual tasking. You know, I can't watch chat very effectively and pay attention to what we're talking about. I'm just terrible at it. I'm working on it hard, but but I'm bad at it, and I know I'm bad at it. So I only wish that because there's such good discussions in here, and I wish I could react better to them and be more inclusive of those.
Seriously. But, you know, at least the chat will be, you know, with this recording on YouTube forever. So that's good.
Yeah.
And if you guys are looking for a place to hang out and vent about anything, our Discord, the Lagging Balls Discord, has a support room. And you can go in there and just, you know, vent, and people will be nice to you. And if they're not, I will delete them. But that hasn't happened yet. So, you know, if you're just looking for a place to do that, that is there for you. And you are welcome to it. But in the meantime, that's a show, and we're going to throw it over to Azeroth Roundtable because they have TBK Zord on tonight, and he is a very good friend of ours.
Nice. That's awesome.
Oh, it's very interesting. It's interesting because, like, on CTR this week, we had Multi-Zord, and then last night I was watching Gizmo Zord do stuff with a giant sausage in his mouth, and now we're going to be watching Azeroth
Do
Roundtable.
stuff?
TBK Zord, so it's like a whole Lord of the Storm week. But yeah, so we will be back next Friday with another show. The next episode of Lagging Balls comes out probably Sunday morning, and yeah, so we'll see you guys then. But in the meantime, let's go over to Azeroth Roundtable because their table is round. Or something.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone. We love you.
There, we're all gonna say FAP for health when we get there.
Yes.
FAP for health. Thanks,
Okay.
guys.
Health. Jelf. Health. Oh, it's